had a great relationship with Sam Presti. And Sam kind of went out of his way to try to find a good spot for Giddey, who delivers a beautiful for Giddey. Here's Walter. Barnes inside using his strength. Vucevic taps it out of bounds.
Plays as much as Oklahoma City.
What a play by White on the steal on the sidelines. Yeah, did it feel like OKC is a gambling defensive team just in the time we saw them last night?
I don't really think they're gambling at them. They just help people. They're in help position, always.
Okay.
Well, the things that I always say, the closest man position, they play that way. So if you drive the ball to the right side, the closest guy on the right side is going to help. He's going to leave his man, and they will go get the ball. They were trying to get steals, deflections, and they're trying to not allow you to hit a three-point shot. They had the Bulls frustrated last night from the three-point line. At one point, the Bulls, I think, were 1 of 17.
Lead is 12 for the Bulls. Giddey spinning, kicking, Buzelis. Might be wondering why we're talking so much about the Thunder. Just, it's an impressive team, and seeing them for the first time since very early in the year. There's a turnover by Giddey into Barnes. Scotty, tough try. Buzelis did a nice job of hustling back.
He made it difficult for him.
Yeah, just the Bulls hadn't seen the Thunder since early. As they're one game back of the Kings for the last play-in spot.
He's like their most consistent player on the offensive end.
White can't get free. Kevin seems to be okay. Herter drives.
Kevin Herter hurt him, Kev.
6 of 6 from the floor. 3 dunks. Yeah. And then that's an end of hit list right there for MC.
Pass.
Herter to Giddey. Unable to finish.
Good pass by Kev.
Quickly, a little step back. He's had a nice offensive night. Buzelis behind the back. Kick out for White on the attack. Dragging Pirtle out and tried to wrap back around, but lost it off his leg. Good fast break. Oh, I can't call it travel anymore on anybody. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what a travel is.
I don't even know what it is either.
My guy MDW on Instagram, he does great breakdowns of what traveling violations are or are not, but it is so nuanced with the gather step. There's a
28 made baskets. His 15th double-digit assist game of the season.
Now he's 5 rebounds shy of another triple-double.
So quickly is quick.
Lives up to the name, unable to finish. Yep. White drives on concessions. A Bulls banner giveaway. Bulls lost to the Thunder with or better than Miami. They will host the 9-10 game against the Heat. Now again, the Bulls can still work their way up to maybe number 8 if Orlando falters down the stretch. But that is a key. White.
Well, in addition to that, if you're really Donovan, this team is capable of reeling off wins.
Especially against that play-in group. Atlanta, Orlando, Miami, which is the likely play-in group with Chicago. Again, Bulls win tonight. They knock out Toronto and guarantee a play-in berth. Nice save by Buzelis. Vucevic to Herter. Closed out by Walter. Vucevic drives, spins, stops, footwork. Left it short, punched it out, kept it alive for Herter.
And a lot of action on that sequence.
Here's Giddey. Well, you can see why Toronto's a decent defensive. #1 in defense for the last month with the hustle they play with.
Give their coaching staff a lot of credit. Get these kids to still playing hard. And that just goes to show you that their future is bright. I mean, they got a lot of guys that are playing that are trying to play for contracts, but their core group of guys they're going to bring back are going to be very, very good. And if they can get a good pick, think about if they luck into getting the #1 pick, Cooper Flag.
My goodness.
That puts them right in the mix.
And even if it's not #1, like, they're
top
like,
5.
If you're into the top 5, it feels like you're probably guaranteed a solid collegiate player that can make a transition to this league.
I think that the second best player in the draft is going to be Harper.
Harper. You put Bailey behind them. There's a couple other guys.
There's
I don't want to
guys. Yeah, there's some other.
Giddey hit
better.
Oh no!
Ooh, dangerous pass. Yakuchonis, obviously out of Illinois. Bob watching Knipple.
He's struggling in the tournament.
In the tournament, yeah. Very efficient, 22-point night on 9 of...
Up in 8 minutes into the game, and they were playing completely out of character and didn't attack the paint. See, tonight they are really trying to make a statement here against Toronto. They got 40 points in the
draft. Mobo looks inside. Bulls, where they stand right, but the playoffs of the rotation for the lottery. So something to keep in mind. And listen, for me, I just want to call playoff basketball. I want to see fun games. Nobody has to agree with me. That's fine. But that is just something to keep in mind.
Well, these guys are trying to win here.
Yeah, this team, as Horton Tucker knocks it out, he worked their way out of the play-in and try to get a higher draft pick.
Well, some of these teams have made it so obvious.
Well, Toronto made it obvious for a month, and then I think they realized this doesn't look, in the midway through the third quarter, playing 20 minutes and then pull them out. Like, it's obvious what you're doing. And even then, the fines are something like between $200,000 and $400,000, and I know that's not chump change to any of us, but for an organization, a multi-million-dollar, maybe billion-dollar business potentially, as Rosellas get
basketball. The viewership is down anyway of the teams that are in the lottery. That's what you do. You eliminate this tanking stuff. I'd rather see the tournament. I'd like to see guys having to earn it.
I think it'd be an interesting thought process to go through.
Oh, shit, it's quick.
He is. Again, I just really like some of these young players for Toronto. Shed is right at the top of that list. The team reportedly extended his contract through the 26-27 season. It's very odd that a lot of teams and organizations don't announce that. I wonder if that has to do with public perception.
And in the dark.
Extended Billy Donovan's contract under the radar as well. Here's Herter. That's a three. That's good.
Up his buddy.
Rajakovic said this is year one of the rebuild. This will be the fourth year out of the last 5. Ooh, Barnes, tackle. Got the interior fixed up. Here's Williams to Collins to Herter. White and Horton Tucker rounding it out. Good cut by Horton Tucker to put him up by 20.
I'm going to tell you something. He waited his turn, man. He was out the rotation. And then yesterday, he got an opportunity when the Bulls were down big. Billy called on him and Javon Carter, and they came in and sparked the Bulls, even though they lost.
Stay ready, so you get no Phillips tonight.
Yeah, remember, he's like 25 years old. He's a young kid. He's still young.
Yeah, 24. Last man on the roster this year, the 15th and final spot for the Bulls. Williams contests his fellow Florida State Seminole in Barnes, but Mobo set a 10-day deal.
Horton to play at some point. You got to get his conditioning and get him.
This is the 16th straight game, the 8th. Lonzo re-aggravated that wrist injury.
That when he comes back, he's going to be in a minutes restriction. So you don't have a lot of time left to get some reps in before these playing games start.
6 games left after tonight. There's a nice jumper by.
Start getting, getting your guys ready for playing, especially if you think you got a chance to come in and secure one of those spots. Because this team is good enough to win 2 games against the caliber of teams they're going to be playing.
Horton Tucker to Herter. 3. There's the first miss of the night for Herter.
Good pickup for the Bulls. Zach Collins. Remember, Trey Jones is still out. He was playing really well.
Sure was.
And that's going to be interesting to see what the rotation is going to look like when you get Lonzo Ball back and you get Trey Jones and you got Giddey playing at a high level. Where are these minutes going to be?
Barnes hassling White near the midcourt line. Kobe trying to separate. Fresh off the Player of the Month award in the East. Floats.
Fouls.
This has been that type of game. Stacey, there have been 5 fouls on the Bulls, 15 on the Raptors. And those have kind of been pumped up here in the third quarter. There just hasn't been a lot of fouls in this game. Bulls have shot 22 free throws, Raptors with 8. Nice dump off, White to Collins.
Kid is, ooh,
okay.
Man. Not only he can shoot the ball, but he's a heck of an athlete. Boy, he will dunk on you.
Pirtle, final seconds, got it to quickly. Won't